Welcome. This is another podcast on how to increase your brain ability and reduce your risk of dementia. Earlier broadcasts covered topics such as being clear about the difference between normal aging and dementia, keeping your brain healthy starts early in life, and physical activity, sleep, reducing stress, and avoiding some medicines keeps your brain healthy. This podcast focuses on the topic of keeping engaged and purposeful to keep your brain healthy. But before we go on, though, here are a few facts about dementia. Dementia is not accelerated aging. Memory slips are not a sign of dementia. Importantly, dementia becomes problematic when these four functions are affected. Failures of self-care, for example, failure to wash or get to the toilet in time, with apparent disregard for the consequences. Failure to look after one's home properly, leaving the gas or the water on. Problems with driving and problems with money. One or more of these failures or problems can signal the presence of dementia. In addition to normal brain aging, does not cause significant problems. When we are in our late teens, information processing speed peaks, then declines. At 35, short-term memory begins to weaken and decline. Emotional understanding peaks in middle to later adulthood. In our 60s and after, vocabulary abilities continue to increase. And in our 70s, 80s, and beyond, accumulated knowledge and facts about the world peak at this late time in life. Keeping engaged and purposeful contributes to accumulated knowledge and brain health. For example, here is a story about Ed. Ed was a model of someone who managed to keep engaged and purposeful and live successfully in his later years. At 88 years of age, Ed managed to keep focused on the aspects of his life that were important to him. This included caring for his dog Charlie, taking newspapers and his garden produce to the care home staff. The care home was where his wife Norma lived during the last 2 years of her life. Ed would visit Norma daily at the care home and was well liked in his circle of relatives and friends because of his dry sense of humor, his positivity, and his philosophical attitude. He had a can-do approach to issues or problems, and this contributed to his ability to be able to live independently in the 3 years after Norma was not around. Ed was always curious. He researched new seed companies, and new and different approaches to nurturing plants. He donated much of his garden produce to friends and family. While Ed was never a formal community leader, holding a position in some organization, he regularly participated in local events. He remained able to live alone successfully. Suspicious phone calls were detected by him, and was able to deal with tradespeople around the house. He benefited from his ability to communicate and to work with them to the satisfaction of all. What aspects of Ed's life at 88 years strikes you as important and might help prevent dementia? Ed had an engaged and purposeful life up to its end. We know that increasing our contact and interaction with other people helps us avoid isolation and depression. It is now known that people who consistently engage in a diversity of social activities exercise neural pathways in their brain in a way that protects them against dementia and other age-related problems. Your brain benefits from its neuroplasticity. By this we mean new circuits form when your brain is asked to perform a new task. A physical task such as dancing, a thinking task such as learning a new language, and thinking an emotional task such as chairing a committee or of a voluntary organization. These all take advantage of your brain's neuroplasticity and keep it tuned up. Despite ageist claims, at any age you can learn and develop new circuits, but your brain needs to be challenged. However, there are there is no guarantee that this will be preventive, as it is not yet known how to prevent or treat Alzheimer's disease. However, as outlined in our Brainability book and these podcasts, many other actions increase your brainability and reduce your risk of dementia by at least a third. It is never too early and never too late late in your life course for dementia prevention. Throughout life, you must engage your mind. Exercising your brain is just as important as exercising your body. Activities that challenge your brain on a regular basis keep your mind active and healthy and may help slow down the decline of your ability to think as you get older. Here are some things to try. Learn something new, like a new skill, language, or game. Get out and about, visit a museum, or try an exercise class. Spend time on your hobbies, reading a book, playing the guitar, or cooking a nourishing meal. In order to keep receiving stimulation and keep as sharp as possible, hearing and vision are important. Communication is challenging if your hearing or sight are impaired. Hearing loss contributes to dementia. Hearing aids need not be difficult to use. The good news is that there are different sources of support to help people who want to keep engaged and purposeful. First, you can ask what, as an individual, you can do to keep engaged and purposeful. For example, you can spend time on what you enjoy doing. Second, you can seek support from your family and friends. For example, they can join if you want to go for a walk. This keeps you socially engaged also. A third question you can ask is to keep engaged, to find out if you can get this kind of support from your community. What kind can you get from your community? For example, many communities have recreation centers that bring you in contact with citizens of all ages. After asking what you would do to keep engaged and purposeful, how your friends and family can support you, and seeking out activities and supports in your community, in a sense, a last resort is to obtain support to be socially active, is to go to the health service and seek advice and support. For example, if you're having trouble with your hearing, after a visit to your family physician, she or he may refer you to an audiologist. In summary, it is important to nurture your contacts. No matter your age, feeling lonely and socially isolated can be harmful to your physical, emotional, and cognitive health. New and stable social ties can help you feel more engaged and connected. Try volunteering for a local organization, scheduling regular checkups with friends and family who live far away, connecting with other people in your community. Get to know your neighbors or join a local club. Thank you for listening to this podcast.